right and lost yardage.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7.
And it will be Falcon football.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. He's got a man complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Give him 32 on the play.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
The 2nd and 10 now as we roll along in the third quarter from Tampa.
Prescott. Out to the left, he's got his tight end, Knox.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
He's got his target. It's the tight end, Knox. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Touchdown! 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Falcons are in for 6. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it is 28-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Taken from about the 12. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
They'll find Williams on the slant.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
Meanwhile, Murray's throw into the hands of Henry here. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Murray to air it out again. He'll let this go for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And the Falcons are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On play action, Prescott. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Jones on the return.
A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return.
And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
50 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. It'll be a gain of 5. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
On 2nd down, Peterson pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Bucs on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Now Peterson running right. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. From the gun, Murray. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked by Chad Muma. And the Falcons are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception. And this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like, that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
A well-executed 22-yard gain.
I'll tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Here's Johnson with a reception. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got it first and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. It's a keeper with Prescott, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Gold to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one. I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On 2nd and 9, Murray. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up. Here's Murray. Flush to his right. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Now Murray. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Prescott here to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Partner in the book, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns. Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 42 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And then when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. from the red zone now. Prescott. And Prescott, his third interception. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And the Bucs are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Now, they get a fourth-quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it now. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Falcons, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll return home next week to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the...
Yeah. Welcome to the camp. Hold up. It ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door, I'm jumping the gate. Cause a starving stomach like being punched in the face. And an instrumental was the last time that I ate. Food from all of the place. My A-spoon goon, big son told me about the game. 20 years later, know my name. King, crown, me lounge in the back of the spot. Pay homage to an underground peasant, climb to the top. Funny style on elevators could never fade us. I peep data stain anytime they congratulate.